Zinc yellow is one of my favorite colors on the Terminator Cobra. A little while ago I did a video about zinc yellow and why I love the color. I feel like the car has got a bad rap over the years for the color, and a lot of that is due to how the car appears in older pictures. For example, this is an old picture taken in 2003 of a zinc yellow Mach 1, and in the picture it looks very pasty and faded and kind of not desirable, and I think a lot of people looked at that color and said, oh, I don't really like that. But when you see a beautiful one in person, such as this low mile Terminator Cobra, you can see there is a lot of shine in that clear coat. It's not just a bland color, it's a beautiful color in my opinion. I've bought this color twice and I very much love the zinc yellow Mach 1 I have right now. And the reason I get into this part of the story is because a while ago when I was making the video about the zinc yellow Terminator, I was looking for a specific set of pictures from a sale ad on SVT Performance, and I could not find those pictures anywhere, and I just made the video regardless. But I'm pretty sure that I finally found those pictures now, as the car has resurfaced in a sales ad. And the car that I'm talking about was one just like this beautiful zinc yellow Cobra here, but it had been parted out, and the reason it was parted out was because it was zinc yellow and because somebody wanted a drivetrain for something else. I believe it was like an AC Cobra kit car or something, and they just wanted to use a Terminator Cobra for that, and they said they had no problem parting out a zinc yellow car. So this, I believe, is the same car. These pictures look identical. I could be wrong, but where it's parked and the building next to it and everything, this looks just like the pictures. If not, these are the pictures of the car that I was thinking of when I was making that video. And the story for this car matches up as well. So this is a 23,000 mile Terminator Cobra that was parted out but was now being sold as a roller. It was being sold as a roller before, and I don't know whether the person bought it and they're reselling it now, or if it's the same owner who's trying to sell it again now. But this is a beautiful car, and I can't believe with only 23,000 miles and I believe no accident history that this car has been sitting like this. So that's great news to know that the car is still around. I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm sure somebody will be interested in buying the car. Supposedly it's already sold, but the sales ad said that it was including the rear bumper, and that the owner was talking about also being interested in finding parts to piece it back together, if not sell it the way it was. And I think it was a pretty good listing, pretty fair at like $1,200 or something like that. So pretty good looking roller. Looks like no damage. The interior does look a little bit faded. I'm not sure if the windows have been down the whole time. It kind of looks like that. If that is the case, then the dashboard probably needs to be replaced. But it looks like everything is gone. Radio, gauge cluster, pedals, seats, carpet, door panels. It really is a shell. But it is a real Terminator Cobra with the Y in the VIN number, and it has 23,000 miles. So this car is worth a good amount of money if put back together. And so the seller did say if somebody has a full car they want to use that's been wrecked to put this one back together, or wants to sell a wrecked car, he'd be interested in it too. There's a little bit of body damage. There's a dent in the door here, which is really too bad, and a little bit of surface rust forming, but the car does look really nice. So this would be a good candidate for someone who has a wrecked one and who has all the pieces to put it back together, because I know that when you start to put a car like this back together, if you buy it and you just buy all the pieces separately, it will cost you a lot of money. So in this case, I would think that the better route to be would be finding a wrecked car that's wrecked, really bad to where it's not going to be fixed or couldn't be fixed. You don't feel too bad about it, and then putting it back together. Now, someone did mention that they had a car that they had tons of these Terminator parts to put this car back together with, and so there was some interest there whether the seller bought this car or the person who owns this car bought the roller to put back together. I'm not sure what really happened, but this is a very good clone of a Terminator Cobra. This would fool a lot of people. To me, I thought it was real. And the reason I thought so was because not only does it have the bumper, the rear deck lid and spoiler, the mirrors, but even the side skirts are on the car. And a lot of times that doesn't happen when you find clones. Usually they're missing the side skirts. The side skirts are those lower rocker panels that go basically from wheel to wheel on the bottom of the car, and they are flat and vertical on the Terminator Cobra, as you can see in this picture. You can see how they are flush almost with the door, almost the same as the door. It's like the door just continued straight down. The GTs, Mach 1s, V6, Cobras, they all had a different side skirt. Like on my GT here, you can see how those side skirts have kind of a angled, look where they cut in real deep and then they cut back out. And it's interesting that Ford would make such a change. It doesn't seem like that would be something that people would really notice or care about. But when you look at the side of a car, it does make a little bit of a difference. And on the Cobras, that's kind of what you have an eye to look for when you're looking to see if it's authentic or not. But this was a pretty good looking clone, and I'll have more about this car later. And there were just a lot of full Terminator parts. I believe this car must have come from a wrecked Terminator because it had all the pieces. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this zinc yellow Terminator makes it back on the road. I believe it will, being that it's sold as it is already, and there's nothing really to pick off of it now anymore. So I think at this point the car will only be put back together, and that will be great. So if you end up owning this car, that'd be great to share it with us and let us see how the car looks later and see the progress of the car. But a 23,000 mile Terminator Cobra is a car that will be worth saving even in this condition. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more Mustang content.